Hello, are you tired already? I got good news for you. This is the last session. We're almost done. And you did amazing. Congratulations. But now I'm gonna ask you to listen to me a couple minutes. And I want to walk you through a story. I want you to imagine with me. Imagine a family, a husband, a wife, with their first little daughter. Imagine a family meeting. There are some siblings of both, the wife and the husband. There's a pair of grandparents, and they are all chilling out. They're just enjoying the time they got together. Some of them are washing dishes, some of them are preparing dinner, others are just chatting, having fun with the little first granddaughter in the family. And then they get distracted. 30 seconds. And the child is not there anymore. What will you do? My reaction will be start looking for the child, like crazy. Behind the tables, behind the beds, I will throw everything away just for looking for the little girl. That's what my mother did. I was a little daughter that got lost. And everyone in the family meeting was looking for me. My uncle, that is not a fan of running, just like me, he started running through all the neighborhood, once and twice and 3 times, and he was already so tired and he couldn't find me. And my mother was crying a lot because she couldn't find me. And this went for like 3 hours until someone said, okay, what we are doing is clearly not working. We haven't found her yet, so let's do something different. And they gathered together, and in that silence, when they were about to start praying, they listened a laugh. They started to follow through that laugh, and then find me behind the curtain. Like this. No, I was a demon. I was having the time of my life. Because I was playing hide and seek against all my family, and I was winning for 3 hours. My mother doesn't like that story. And I like it, because I think it's fun. But also because I think there is a couple things I can learn from that story. Because at that moment of panic and didn't know what to do, my family did what great leader does. They stopped, they listened, and they adapt. They stopped because what they were doing was clearly not working. They listened because when they stopped, they finally were able to listen something else but themselves. And they adapt because with that new perspective, with that new hint, with that laugh, they could do different. And then finally, great leaders do this all the time because nothing in this life is sure. And we need to change. We need to find different ways. We need to adapt. And if this story is not enough for you, I want to tell you about another one. Ernest Johnston. Many of you may know him. If you don't, I will tell you a little bit about him. I like his story because at this time when he started doing his adventures, there was not a lot of information about how to do the things. But he got a dream. He wanted to be the first man in crossing the Antarctic. So he gathered a group of men, 27 men, and they started a travel until the Antarctic. And they got a plan. But later, during that travel, the ice started frozen and the ship got stuck in the ice. I assure you that was not their main plan. I assure you that was not what he was expecting. So they waited they got the idea of just waiting until the ice melt so they could keep navigating. But that didn't happen because the ice finally broke the ship and the ship sank. So they should change, they should adapt. So they started walking in the ice. They found an island, but that island was alone. No one was living there. So they keep walking, and they did a lot of different efforts to get down that island, until finally they arrived to a different island where there were people, and everyone was safe. Not a single life got lost. So if you didn't believe my story about changing and adapting to find a little kid, you may believe his story of saving a lot of people under the most desperate and hard conditions. Many of you may know this book. I loved it. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now you can stop looking at it. I started reading it when I arrived to Comora for the first time. So he knows about it. She's my roommate. And I love this book because it has some great teachings in it. And those teachings have helped me to personally grow. But if we're talking about being leaders, what does personal growth have to do with that? Well, we cannot lead other people if we first don't lead ourselves. So one of the main teachings I get from this book is 4 gifts. 4 gifts that differentiate us from other animals, from other things in this earth. We are human beings with different capacities, with different abilities. And we do not act for instinct because we get to imagine, we get to think, we get to change. Covey called these the 4 human endowments. The first one is self-awareness. Imagination, the second one. The third one, conscience. And the 4th one, independent will. I would like to use the first one and the last one in this topic. Self-awareness and independent will. This is really popular in this book. It says that we got a stimulus and a response. But as human beings, in the middle of this action, we got the freedom to choose. And it's what leads us, that allow us to not just react, but actually being aware of ourselves, being aware of the situation, to listen to the people we're leading, to listen to ourselves, get a complete context, and then conscious take decisions that will lead us to the best. Here at Comora, they teach us to be leaders, and we face many hard situations. We may feel lost, but being the leader is not always know everything. We get different capacities ourselves, but we also got the intelligence and the ability from the people around us. And when we stopped, we listen to them, and then we adapt, we can face all the challenges we may be having. So I want you to leave you with this. Every time you are facing a new challenge, or your team is starting to go through hard things, just stop. Listen. Listen to them. Listen to yourself. And adapt. Thank you.